With the recent release of the trailer for the second slash final half, or second half slash final half of the final season slash season 9, Friendship is Magic, dropping this past Friday, ironically during BronyCon, the last BronyCon that is. As I said in one video, it really gets you hyped up and ready for what's to come. Now, of course, the second half of the final season did resume, or begin, I should say, this past Saturday, officially here in the U.S. on Discovery Family with the episode Last Laugh, which is episode 14. But ironically, Discovery Family, I guess, decided to take a page out of the playbook of other countries' early release schedules, and they decided that through their app, I'm not sure about the on-demand servers, but through their app, they would also release episode 15, which is 246 Great. Anyway, though, getting back to the trailer, there is one thing that a lot of fans do point out. I mean, there are some moments that they notice that obviously are going to play a huge factor when we get to the finale. But there is one moment or one scene, and it's even kind of hinted at a little bit with other scenes, but there is one scene, and I talked about this in the video I did on Friday, that if you're a Sparity fan, which is short for Spike and Rarity, you're going to like what you see here. Now, there is a scene where Rarity is protecting Spike, and she's using this big shield, this big diamond-like shield, to protect him. Now, as far as I know, and I've never been and here's the thing, I've not been a fan, I should say, that long, as, as long as, let's say, someone like Dr. Wolf, or Lightning Bliss, or Silver Quill, or any of them. I've not been a fan that long, but I've been a fan long enough to kind of know that I've never seen Rarity with that kind of a magic spell where she's able to create such a big shield. Now, we've seen Rarity use her magic to levitate and remove multiple objects at times. We've seen that in the season 7 finale. We saw that in the 200th episode. So we know she's capable of that, but I, for one, and correct me if I'm wrong, never seen her use a shield spell like the one she's using. Now, the reason I bring this up is she's protecting Spike, and it looks like Spike is down on the ground, he's hurt, or something happened, and she's protecting him, and she's angry. Some people have assumed that this anger unleashes this new spell, this strong spell and power that Rarity didn't even know she had, to help protect Spike. Like I said, she suddenly develops this new magic, this new spell, or unleashes it to help protect Spike. And the reason I bring that up is somebody also pointed out, and even I saw this, and I talked about this in my video on Friday. I said that the green beam that's firing at Rarity and Spike looks like to be from Chrysalis. Now, some people have assumed that the reason this could be Chrysalis is because Chrysalis, of course, feeds on love. The way the changelings used to do. She doesn't give it, she feeds on it. So, one individual, several individuals, kind of assume that because, Chrysalis is still in a state, in that changeling state where she could sense love. She can sense how powerful and strong, a love is. When it comes from someone, or it comes from, several someones. And several people have assumed that Chrysalis, if it is Chrysalis that Rarity is shielding Spike from, that Chrysalis can sense the strong love that Spike has for Rarity, and now kind of senses that coming from Rarity as well, especially if that same strong love that Spike has for Rarity, that undying love he has for her, suddenly, returned by her, with her creating this big spell. Like I said, with her creating this big spell, like it is out of anger, it is to protect Spike, and suddenly she just develops and unleashes this new magic. But it's also maybe the love she's finally, as some people would assume and probably say, she's finally returning to Spike. Like she saw, some people are assuming Spike, the reason he's down is he tries to protect her. She sees this and realizes he did this because he loves her, and she finally, maybe in a lot of people's eyes, will return that love by protecting him. And if that is the case, then if that is the case, and think about it this way, why would they put that scene in the final trailer? For the second half / final half of the final season. Why would they do that? Why would they have Rarity next to Spike and several other things, like during the group hug when they get ready to brace for whatever powerful impact is about to hit them? Why is he next to her when they're in candlelight at times? Especially when he tells him tells the Discord, or at the end of the trailer, dude, leave the room, or something like that. And that's coming from Spike to Discord. It's like, seriously, why would they, you gotta ask yourself, why would they do it? And to me, I think it shows that natural progression, that natural, evolution, if you will, and growth, character-wise and relationship-wise, between Spike and Rarity. Like, basically, that friendship, that close bond that they have with each other has become something more now. It is, more than just friendship now. It is a relationship. It is true love that has conquered all, if you will, as crazy as that old saying is. But again, you have to ask yourself, you could have asked, here's the thing, you could say that, well, wait a minute, they could have put Starlight there to protect Spike. They could have put Twilight to protect Spike. No, instead, who do they put? Rarity. And here's the one thing that I know is going to get on a lot of people that don't like to see this. I can honestly see someone like Miss Anthropony, when he gets back from BronyCon and resumes his reviewing, and when he gets to this episode, or even looks and reviews the trailer, he's going to be along the lines of sarcastically being like, really, Hasbro? You're actually going to go through with it? I could see him being like that. I could see him going like, really, Hasbro? You're really going to go through with it? You're going to make these two an item? But I think, honestly, Map will be sarcastically upset about it, but he will be understanding, like, if there's any romance or any kind of true love to evolve from friendship into something more that's felt natural and organic from the start, and has been, I guess you could say, well built, it's Spike and Rarity, and I think even he has to acknowledge that. Like I said, even he has to acknowledge that. And he's not the only one. I know Golden Fox will have to probably acknowledge it. Like, he won't be too happy about it, but he'll even probably, recognize that, yeah, I may not agree with it, but if there is any kind of naturally grown, organically grown friendship that's evolved, realistically and naturally into something more, it's Spike and Rarity. So, honestly, I think it's totally up to interpretation, but again, you have to ask yourself, why would they put that in the trailer? You have to ask yourself that right now. Why would they put that in the trailer unless they're indicating to us that Spike and Rarity are going to be together? Again, there's scenes in there when they're in group hugs or groups together where they're right next to each other. So you have, especially like in that group hug, where, like I said earlier, like where it looks like they're going to be bracing for some kind of impact. So honestly, I think honestly, if you're a Sparity fan, this trailer really kind of, I guess, perhaps solidified what a lot of us were hoping for. But we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, guys, let me know what you all think down below. Comment if you like. I got to get back into work now, and I will talk to you all later.